All right. Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the All the Angles podcast. I'm Tyler, here with Zero and Sly.
Hello.
I've known these fuckers for way too long.
I got tired of you immediately.
Today we're going to take a detour from what we're usually talking about, which is video games, and talk about more video games as a whole with our best games of 2019.
Yep.
So,
a
lot of them.
lot of good games this year. But apparently, according to some people on Twitter, it's a terrible year because only like 2 games got 90% on Metacritic. But if you're
We'll get to that.
if you're a
We
reasonable
won't.
person,
We don't
then
care.
Anyways,
You don't care about that.
how have you guys been doing since the last time we spoke in this kind of format?
In this format, I mean, I'm doing pretty good. Played some other good games, Lots of RPGs, as usual.
Yeah.
Don't really play anything else.
I don't. Mostly just Trails.
Whatever that is. I also
Yeah.
played good video games. And I eat food sometimes.
Did you buy Kakarot, Sly, so you could fish?
I didn't.
There's a
I
big
made
fishing
an
mechanic in it.
exception. It's not a JRPG.
Leads in the cooking.
So
But it
It's
is an RPG.
It's absolutely a JRPG.
There's
I'm not
stats
buying
and
it. I'm not
upgrades,
doing it.
skills, party members.
If anyone is unfamiliar, I do this thing on Twitter where I keep buying JRPGs with fishing games, and these guys are trying to bait me into this one because it has a fishing minigame. But last time I bought a Dragon Ball game, it was Dragon Ball Fighters, and I played it for like 2 days and then never touched it again. And
Wow, that's
I
more
would
than you played Call of
absolutely do
Duty.
The same thing with here.
That's
So,
true. We somehow tricked you into buying Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
You did. We played it for 3 days. You're not tricking me.
We would have
again
played
with
it longer. You just work and go to school.
this. Like a reasonable person. Like a responsible
Reasonable.
person.
What does that mean?
I meant
Really?
responsible. Getting hungry.
You're saying
Responsibility
only
is
responsible
stupid.
people go to school? Fuck that, dude. I dropped out with style.
I didn't.
I'm ready
We got
to be done.
varying levels of education here.
I'm so ready to be done.
My week has been all right. I moved into a new place. I've been here for a week now. My room is weeby as hell, and I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Nice.
Eventually, he's gonna get so much weeb stuff, he's gonna have to tape himself to the ceiling to sleep.
Speaking of sleep, I sleep really good. A lot of things to help with that, like having the TV on and not listening to sex noises. That's a nightmare. Don't ever live with your parents.
Some of us don't have a choice, Tyler. Some of us hear things whether we want to or not.
But anyways, let's go ahead and get on with these lists and whatnot.
We all wrote down our 10 favorite games, and we're just gonna be talking about some of the good stuff that came out this year. There's actually quite a good bit. A lot of people are just like, no, there's no good stuff, but a lot of good
People
stuff.
are stupid though, and we don't care about them.
Yeah, they're fucking idiots, dude.
Besides, we got honorable mentions to get through first.
Yeah.
That's true.
Zero, why don't you start it off?
Okay, I can do that. My first honorable mention, Far Cry New Dawn.
Ooh.
I really like Far Cry.
I still
But
haven't played any of them.
New Dawn easily could have just been DLC for Far Cry 5.
I hear that. I hear that a lot.
Just like Blood Dragon could have been DLC for Far Cry 3.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, keep doing what you're doing, I guess. I'll play the game. I won't buy the actual DLC, but I'll buy a game that could have been DLC because I'm an idiot.
How much was it at launch?
Like $30.
That's not too bad.
Okay.
It was fun. Showed what
It's
happened
welcome.
after the ending of Far Cry 5.
I'll get there.
Yeah.
You
About
won't.
the price of a paid expansion, so.
A little sort of on and off topic. Tyler's too much of a coward to play Far Cry 5.
Look, man, I don't like having to sneak around without a weapon, and I mean, you get a weapon pretty fast, but
Tyler, the beginning is the only segment where you're anywhere close to defenseless.
Yeah, okay. That's true.
Sly, what's your first honorable mention?
My first and only honorable mention, because I've played 14 games and I like not 11 of them. My first and only is Pokemon Sword. Yeah, I mean, I really liked the top 10, but I actually really enjoyed Pokemon Gen 8 this one, or this time around. I think I skipped out on like Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, so I was. No, wait, no, I played Let's Go, and I didn't like those at all.
Yeah,
so
that was a big mistake on your part.
that was a horrible.
We tried to
mistake.
tell
I
you,
should
Sly,
not
but
have
you
played.
just didn't listen.
I did not listen.
You listen to us when you shouldn't, and you ignore us when you should.
Yeah. But in comparison to that, I really enjoyed Sword and Shield. I liked going in and catching all the Pokemon in the wild area. I don't think I didn't complete the Pokedex. I would like to do that long term, and especially with all the expansion stuff, I probably will be playing it for a bit this year. But yeah, I mean, I like the wild area. I think that was a nice little innovation. I liked the whole Pokemon League challenge things. I liked, the big arena stuff with gyms. I thought that was a nice little addition. There's a nice enough shakeups for me to really enjoy that game. I also, like the storylines of Gen 5 and Gen 7 as well. So I was a little bit disappointed that they kind of scaled back on that, but, it's like, I'm the type of person that as long as I can really latch on to one or two really good things about a game, then I'll probably end up liking it. And I love the catching mechanic, or just going into the wild area, just being able to run into anyone I see. So I enjoyed it.
All right, and my first honorable mention is Baba Is You. Man, what a fucking puzzle game that is. Where sometimes a puzzle's way too easy, and sometimes you feel really dumb. Like the dumbest in the world.
Tyler, I swear to God, I never would have pegged you when I first met you. It was like, yeah, puzzle games.
I love puzzle games. I love monotonous, dumb puzzle shit.
You
And-
also just love monotony.
Yeah. But it has to be a game that I expect monotony out of,
Then play Stardew Valley, you asshole.
I will.
I really wanted to play Baba Is You, but it's like all my friends are telling me, oh, it's so hard. It took me 30 minutes to an hour to get through one of those puzzles, and I'm like, oh no, I don't have time for this.
Yeah, you just pick it up and you do a couple puzzles till you get stumped, and then you just put it back down.
That's
And
what
then
I
if
keep
you're like
hearing
me,
about
you'd
that.
probably just not play it for a few months.
It's
Yeah.
been a while since I played it. Because they'll introduce a concept you can turn, because who you are is not relevant. You can be anything. Baba can be anything. Baba can be wall. Baba can be floor. Baba can be water. You can be wall. Flat can be wind. It's a real weird
lost me.
puzzle game. Because it's with word association kind of, where you push words to link together with other words. So, and there's always a set number of rules in the corner somewhere you can't reach. And so there's one puzzle where it's Baba is you, wall is stop, which means you can't walk through walls. But if you move stop out of the way, then you can walk through walls and hit the flag, which the flag is win. Or you can move it to where it says Baba is wall, and now you control the wall. Or maybe that's wall is you. It's dumb. It's a dumb puzzle game. I love it. And that's where I'll leave it at.
You went on for a minute. Anyway, my second honorable mention is Code Vein.
Ooh.
Code Vein, it's exactly what it looks like. It is an anime Souls game.
I love that video game.
Top tier character creator.
Yeah, dude.
Oh yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
can be edgy. You can be overly anime hot. Those were my only two characters.
I've made so many characters.
Why play the game? I should talk about it better than that. But that's really all I have for it. It's a really fun anime Souls game
Yeah.
with a bomb ass character creator.
I wish there was more hits done on some of the enemies.
Just get good.
It just doesn't feel like the hits have as much impact as they should.
It has cool looking enemies. It has some cool bosses.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those bosses can go die and never show their faces to me again. But yeah,
The partner system, which is
the partner system was
busted.
fucking banging.
Who's the partner you use the most, Zero?
Lewis, and I'm calling him Lewis.
They call him Louie.
I don't care.
Louie.
I can't take him seriously if I call him Louis. And he hard carried me a lot. Yakumo's a close second.
Dude's got a heavy story, but most of them do.
Yeah, none of their stories are anywhere close to lighthearted.
I've been using I think it's Yakumo with the red hair.
Yeah, that's Yakumo.
Yeah, I've been using him with his gun.
I got the best ending, without looking it up, because that's just how I play video games, I guess.
Wow, master gamer.
Yup.
Nice.
All right, my second honorable mention is Shovel Knight, King of Cards. That came out. That's pretty fun. King Knight has his shoulder tackle and his bounce mechanic, which is different from Plague Knight and Spectre Knight and Shovel Knight. But he's also got this card mode, like this card game called Joustus. And it's a weird card game.
You love it, though.
It's kind of fun. Sometimes you see the board and you're like, I fucking lost. That's it. I can't do shit about this.
That's me when I play any card game.
And every time you lose a game of cards, just like in what's it called in Final Fantasy VIII?
Triple Triad.
You do lose a card. They will take your card.
They will.
No,
yeah,
my card.
Yeah.
You can buy it back from a vendor, but I just don't like
that's
it.
my card.
But that's fun. I haven't beaten it yet
Shovel Knight.
because I've been playing other things. But I'll get to it. I'll get to it.
King of Cards is actually on my list, so I'll be talking about it shortly. Then yeah. But yeah, I King of Cards is really cool.
All right, Zero. What's your last honorable mention?
My third and final honorable mention is The Outer Worlds.
Ooh.
I spent $1 on Xbox Game Pass and broke out my X-Bone, blew off the foot layer of dust. Because who plays the X-Bone? No one but idiots.
Get fucked, Kingdom Hearts people on the X-Bone.
Idiots.
Gotta wait a month for that DLC.
And I love Fallout games, and I really, really love Fallout New Vegas. And Obsidian made that in The Outer Worlds, so I went to do it like, yeah, cool. I didn't play it differently than I play any Fallout game. I spec into speech and charisma such, and I talk my way out of any problems. If I die, I better talk to him better. And it was a nice world. I liked the companions. I don't remember any of their names right now. That's why it's an honorable mention and not in my top 10, because I forget a lot of it. But I know I had fun while playing it.
Pavarotti and Maximilian.
Yes.
I don't know any others. I actually haven't even gotten them yet, but I've heard talk of the game, so.
Tyler buys games and doesn't play them, just like Sly.
I open them up and I play them sometimes.
Sometimes isn't good enough, Tyler.
Look, man, I can't be a platinumer like you, all right?
Big platinum boy. But yeah, The Outer Worlds is good. People should still play it. It was good. It was a great crack at a new IP.
I'm definitely going to be playing it sometime down the line. I just, I started New Vegas and I haven't gotten too far in it. I want to play that first.
You should.
Yeah.
especially because New Vegas is probably longer, and it has DLC. But this isn't the New Vegas show, so
No.
All right.
not yet.
My final honorable mention is Dragon Quest XI-S on the Switch.
That's good. That's good.
I played some of it. I played enough to get to the second or third town. The one where you get Sylvando. I know I'm going to get Sylvando.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got there. It's pretty fun.
It's a great video game.
Yeah, I really, really like Dragon Quest XI. I think that was, we didn't do a favorite game 2018, but that was, I believe, Zero and I's favorite game from
Loved it.
Well, 2 years ago.
I love the party members so far. Really, really love Eric. Eric's cool.
Oh yeah, I love
Eric's
Eric.
everyone's boy.
I have him in his like black wolf costume or whatever. It's a nice costume. There's some stuff in that game that really threw me for a loop early on. I won't say it, but oh boy.
It's the accents, isn't it?
Yeah, dude, I hate those accents. They're so garbage.
You would.
I hate the British. That's me.
You some kind of Britain-land hater?
Yeah, dude.
Ooh,
Go back to your queen
Ooh,
and your smog.
smog.
Yeah, dude, smog.
I'm not up to date with my Britain-land lore. I wasn't aware they had a real smog issue.
They do.
Neither did I.
I hope they do.
You hope
Otherwise
there's
you're gonna
smog.
look very-
Okay, we should move on.
Anyways, let's get on to the list proper. All right. How about you start, Sly? What's your number 10?
My number 10 is Kingdom Hearts 3.
Ooh,
Ooh, 10. That's low.
10.
Yeah. Hey, there were a lot of. I liked a lot of games from the top 10. But yeah, I mean, I like Kingdom Hearts 3. I like the combat a lot. I think it's got a lot of good spectacle. I enjoyed going through all the Disney World stuff. I'm a big fan of Disney 2D Pixar stuff. So going through Toy Story and the Monsters Inc. worlds, that was just really fun for me. Yeah, I liked the bigger open environments and even some of the more linear stuff like Tangled. I still enjoyed going through that. But yeah, I mean they had a big, especially like the Pirates world. Pirates world
that was
so
fun
to go in. Yeah. I mean I liked the attention to detail. I liked that for actually more of the worlds they went in and did more original storylines because that's what those were my favorite worlds in the other Kingdom Hearts games when they decided like Nightmare Before Christmas world. It's just like it's an original story within this world and it's just fun. Yeah, there's a lot to like with Kingdom Hearts 3. It's a very, I guess a lot of the fan base is very mixed on it, but
Some of them are disappointed for whatever reason, but I guess there's no way to live up to the hype of quote unquote 13 years, even though there's been 8 other games between 2 and now.
Yeah, I'm not too engaged with the storyline. I mean, I'm a very casual Kingdom Hearts fan, but it's like I can still get. I still enjoyed going through the games. I think the game had a lot of good boss fights. I enjoyed the Organization 13 encounters at the end. I think it's a very pleasant game. I enjoyed it.
What was your favorite world, Sly?
That's a good question. I really liked the storyline that they had for the Big Hero 6 world, but I'm a big fan of the first Pirates of the Caribbean film, and
none of the others.
No, I'm not a big fan of the sequels, especially not 4 and 5. That was such a waste of time. I hated that movie.
Anyway, we'll get to those some other day.
Some other day. But
Pirates
I
cast.
think, I might be a cliched choice, but I really liked the Pirates world quite a lot.
Solid choice, Sly. Solid choice.
It's a good choice.
Yeah.
What was your favorite Keyblade, Sly? Which one did you like?
I don't remember, to be completely honest. I don't remember which Keyblades I used.
Hashtag fake fan.
Okay,
Yeah.
in Sly's defense, Tyler, no one is like you. We're not going to remember every Keyblade in the game.
Sorry. I'm a big Kingdom Hearts fan, and I will talk about
You're
that
a
later.
loser.
Yep.
All right,
That's what
Zero.
you are, Tyler. You're a loser.
What's your number 10? Zero Kun?
My number 10 is Indivisible.
Nice.
Mm.
Indivisible was a game I did not expect to enjoy as much as I did.
It's a pretty fun game.
Even after
It
playing
is
a demo.
my number 5.
Oh, well, we'll get to its better points when you talk about it.
What did you
I
What
li-
did you think about it, Zero?
I liked the story,
Mm-hmm.
and the combat was obviously very fun, even though it was just push button, watch number go up.
Yeah, dude.
Visually stunning video game.
Mm.
I
Lots
could
of
look
good
at
art.
it all day and sleep soundly at night. And just about every character played differently, and that's what I need from a game like this. Waiting for Shantae, and I'll replay it.
Yeah, those guest characters are
And,
coming soon at some point. They just teased the Switch version on, I think, 2 days ago. So that's coming.
I don't have a lot to say about Indivisible beyond that. In closing, put some respect on my boy Dar's name.
Please put some respect on Dar's name. All right. I guess it's me. My number 10 is Slay the Spire.
Mm.
That is a roguelike card game that officially came out last year on consoles and PC and the Switch. That's a console. Yeah, it is for sure.
Yeah.
And it's just fun. It's pretty snappy. You go up a tower, you pick your direction, and then you play your fucking cards. Enemies got cards. You can discard your cards every turn. There are bosses. There are mods that let you play as Yu-Gi-Oh! The king of games. It's just a fun game all around. I like card games. I also like card games a lot. Puzzles and cards. And busy work. That's me.
Just play Stardew Valley.
I don't know if I'm into farming just yet, Zero.
You own it. I know you own it. Just play it. But this is not the podcast where I rant about Stardew Valley. My apologies.
But it's got loads of different characters. I say loads, I mean 3. But they just they just added a new character to the PC version, and each character plays differently. They have their own sort of strategies. There's like an elemental kind of guy. There's like a magic person, and there's a melee dude. I don't know what the new character does yet. I haven't played it, but I'm sure it's cool. They keep doing what they're doing. You don't have to pay for the updates or anything, so that's fine. But that's all I gotta say about Slay the Spire. It's a good game. You should play it if you like
I do
cards.
own it.
I won't play it, but I might think about it.
All right, slide number 9.
Number 9.
Yeehaw!
And let me look at my list. I already forgot. Oh yes. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night.
Ah, yes, I played this video game.
I
Yeah.
have not. I will be mostly silent unless somebody messes up what they're saying.
Okay, so you can make fun of me. All right, pressure's
Absolutely.
on. Well, I mean, I'm a big fan of Metroidvanias. I've actually only recently started getting into the genre because I started Hollow Knight earlier this year. I won't talk about that because that didn't release this year, but it's like after that I started playing. Like, I was like, sure, I'll play the Castlevania games, and so after I played Symphony of the Night, I'm like, okay, this is a good game. Sure, I'll get Bloodstained. Bloodstained came out like a month after I finished Symphony of the Night, and yeah, I mean, solid exploration mechanics. I enjoyed going around exploring the big castle. I liked the power-ups. One thing I would complain about is I think the game needed more mobility options, because you get the ability to be able to move around much quicker, like at the very end of the game, and I would have liked a little bit more movement tech, just so that going around the castle, just exploring around is more satisfying. I think mobility is very important for Metroidvanias for that reason. You want to have fun, just moving around the world. But I still enjoyed it. I still a good amount of content. But yeah, it was an enjoyable game. I don't think it's quite as solid. I don't think the bosses were particularly great, so it kind of got lower on the list. But I enjoy any kind of Metroidvania where I can just go in and just have fun exploring a huge just a huge setting. So I liked it a lot.
I played through some of it. I didn't get too far. I started playing it because I really enjoyed Symphony of the Night on the Castlevania collection that came out not too long ago. But I got to like Zangetsu, I think is his name, him as a boss, and he really beat my ass like 40 times, and I was like, I'm gonna put this down for right now.
Yeah, well, the problem with the Zangetsu boss fight is that he's a bit of a damage sponge. It's like I just spent that entire fight jumping behind him, attacking him, because it took him a few frames for him to turn around every time you got on the other, and so I could just jump on them, attack, jump on the other side, attack, and so I got him into a bit of an animation lock, and it took like 5 minutes for me to kill him because he just had so much health. So I think there's a couple bosses where they either have too much health or they're a little too easy to go in and break and stun lock. That's an issue I think that they probably should have went in and fixed, but sometimes these bosses, sometimes Metroidvanias, they don't have the best boss fights. They can't all be like Hollow Knight, unfortunately.
Consider the following. Get good.
That too.
All right, Zero, number 9.
Number 9, everyone's favorite video game. Official objective game of the year from the Game Awards. Sekiro. Shadows Die Twice.
Nice.
If nothing else, man, that rush of satisfaction you get after beating a boss that's been destroying you for an hour.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
I definitely know what that feels like. I definitely made it to a boss.
He doesn't. Tyler's bad.
Don't worry, just like Bloodborne, I'll get back to it and I'll just understand it.
This is the only game on my list that I did not actually finish.
Oh yeah, I forgot you hadn't finished that game.
I am at the very, very end.
Was it the final boss?
Yes, I took a break from it because I was getting bodied, and I was like, okay, I gotta clear my head. I can't go back to it.
Sword Saint? Are you fighting Sword Saint?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I took a break because I was getting bodied. I can't go back to it now.
Just start over.
I will have forgotten how to play.
Or just run around and fight some mooks.
But it's just so much fun traversing the environment. Give me my grapple hook arm that literally drove people insane when it was teased.
Alright.
I definitely want to play that game sometime.
It's pretty fun. You're a ninja with a sword.
Yeah.
You are
canon.
Sekiro. Alright.
Probably die more than twice.
You definitely will die more than twice. Alright, my number 9 is Kill la Kill If. Man. I think most anime fighting games, not anime fighting games, anime arena fighting games are bad. Jump Force is bad. Seven Deadly Sins is bad. Naruto's good. Naruto's the only good one. One Punch Man will be bad. But Kill la Kill, that's got some tech in it. And plus, I'm also a huge slut for Kill la Kill, so I'm pretty biased.
He is. Good lord, as he is.
Yep.
Slut for Kill la Kill.
Man, I love Kill la Kill. But it's a fun game.
I also like Kill la Kill, but I can't come close to him.
It's got surprisingly lack of characters. They just added 2-star Mako, which means everything's okay in my book. Story is sort of like a what-if scenario for Satsuki, and things happen. She gets a power up. It's not that surprising. But it's just a fun game. You got like dash cancels and like dash dodges. It's not as good as everyone's favorite technique called the Crumpet Dash from the hit Evo game Shrek Super Slam, but you know what? It's close enough. Lots of fun. There's a costume color for every. The references different Arc System Works characters because they kind of helped work on this game, but not really. They had their They had like a sub company within them work on this Kill la Kill game. The same one that did the Little Witch Academia game, which was absolute garbage. This one's less garbage than that.
Are you sure this game's good? In the slightest?
It's pretty.
How you're describing,
It's
I'm
pretty.
not sure.
It's pretty good. I watched an Evo tournament. It looks really cool.
I feel like your Kill la Kill bias is really strong here.
No, you shut up. You don't. No.
Bias.
On the contrary, I do know.
Anyways, Sly, what's your number 8?
My number 8 is Shovel Knight King of Cards, which you mentioned earlier. I actually do really like the card game in that one. I enjoyed going in and just talking with all the NPCs and going in and dueling them. I liked the different platforming challenges. I liked the kind of bite-sized levels that they had. I thought that was
Yeah, the levels are way smaller, but they're separating the chunks.
Yeah. I thought that was an interesting way to shake things up. I mean, you know, the other levels, I think it was like 8 stages and a couple of micro ones where you get some treasure. But
yeah.
You know, this one, it's like almost all micro levels. And I thought it was an interesting way to change things up. I liked the dash mechanic. I think it allowed for interesting platforming mechanics, and I liked doing boss fights with it. I like his King Knight's moveset. I enjoyed it. I actually marathoned it and beat it in one day. I thought it was great. Very solid. Great way to cap off that bit of content. I haven't tried the Smash Brothers thing.
I've tried it. It's not great, but
oh.
I just don't think Shovel Knight really needs any kind of multiplayer thing.
No, fair enough.
Because back when the game came to Wii U and the Shovel Knight amiibo came out, I tried doing co-op with someone, and those games are not made for co-op because there's collision on each character, and you can totally push the other person off.
You can.
And it's not fun, but and it's okay. It's just a little weird.
Yeah, but I enjoyed the King of Card things, and I'm definitely. I mean, I think that's the last bit of content the game's gonna have. So just gotta wait for that sequel. I mean, they dropped the trailer for it, and it looked really good.
Shovel Knight Dig.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to that.
King of Cards is definitely the last. It's the last piece of content that was promised in the Kickstarter. Yeah. So now they can move on to everything else.
Yeah. Spectre of Torment is still my favorite.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but
Edgy boys.
He's just so cool.
Oh yeah, I like him. So,
Dashing and wall running.
Yeah.
But this isn't Spectre of Torment talk.
No. So.
Not yet.
That's all I gotta say on that. It's a good game.
All right, Zero, number 8.
My number 8, Kingdom Hearts 3.
Nice.
Okay.
Listen, I don't really need to say much beyond it's Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
Kingdom Hearts is good. Kingdom Hearts has always been good, except for those parts of it we don't talk about.
Yeah.
DDD.
Yeah, like
I was on board when you talked about it. I told you not to. I was on board the second I saw Toy Story.
Yeah.
Before you asked, the Toy Story world is my favorite world. Because Toy Story was my life for several years of my early life.
Thank you, Tyler.
Trying to invoke some nostalgia in Zero.
My mind shot to Toy Story 2 on the PlayStation. I never beat that game. I never beat that game.
I beat it, dude. It's so good.
I didn't. I was a dumb child. I was like, how do things work? It's not as good as Kingdom Hearts 2, and here's my reasoning.
Okay.
Hercules isn't depressed anymore.
Valid.
Hercules' little picture in the journal when he's depressed is the funniest thing I have ever seen in Kingdom Hearts. Tyler, if you're the one editing this, which I assume you are, please get a picture of Hercules looking like that in the journal, because it's my favorite.
I'm gonna load up the game now and see if I can find it. But Kingdom Hearts.
Everything else, I think, was better than 2.
Mm.
Fighting, fun. Worlds, real good. I've never seen half of the movies that are in Kingdom Hearts now.
I think I've seen.
Now I'm the old person.
I think I saw
think
every
I saw
movie.
all of them. Yeah. I think I saw every single one for Kingdom Hearts 3. So it was just
I
like,
don't
oh, I
even
know that
remember
one and that
the
one.
last, most recent Disney movie I've seen. Also, I knocked off some points because I'm always going to be bitter about No Halloween Town this time.
Oh yeah.
Bring it
Zero,
back.
you
Forgot
just
about that.
you just saw the movie like last year.
I don't care. It was my aesthetic. And
Just
yes,
go-
anyone watching this who didn't already know, I didn't see The Nightmare Before Christmas until like October of 2019.
I think I saw it in.
But
Just go hang
luckily,
out
I
in a
loved
Hot
it.
Topic, Zero. Or
I would
Spencer's.
rather die than step foot in a Hot Topic. I'm not 16 anymore. I'm not edgy enough. Now I'm just like, where do you sell the suspenders? Do you have orthopedic shoes? Anyway, Kingdom Hearts 3 real good. DLC will be good. I mean, I assume. I can't afford it.
I'll tell you about it.
Thanks, man.
All right. My number 8 is Astral Chain.
Here we go.
I love me some Astral Chain.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing better than working in sync with your partner, doing cop jobs, beating the people up, capturing them. But I know Sly has some issues with the game.
Say your positives before Sly gets to the negatives.
All right. 1, I don't think it's just another platinum game. I think it's a bit more. And here's why. Here's why I say this. Because when I think of a platinum game, I think of something like Korra or Bayonetta, where you're just kind of running around room to room, fighting dudes like it's Kingdom Hearts 2. But
Those are
this
two
one's got...
really opposite examples.
But in this one, there's some open areas. There's like the city. It's all the city, but there's different sections of the city, and there's like side quests that give you stuff, and there's incentives to doing them, and it's got a good replay system where you can replay a section and you don't have to S rank every mission again to have it count towards your final score. You can just do the ones you missed, and that's
like
fine because I don't want to do it all again because I can't promise consistent results. Story is whatever. Who fucking cares? You see the plot points coming the second you start that game. But I still had fun. I like customizing my character and my legions, my pet slaves. And they have some cool combos you can do. The final boss is kind of hard, but other than that, it's alright. Nothing like parrying, and it's a fun game. There's still stuff in that game I gotta do. Girl Akira's better than male Akira, but that's kind of true with every kind of choice like that.
I did choose the female avatar, so I had the guy Akira or whatever.
You can change anytime you want.
Yeah.
But why would you? That Lappy mini game with the balloons is fucking bullshit, and I hate it.
Yep.
But that's about it. It's fun. I had fun with it. I'm gonna go back to it.
I'm never going back to it.
Come on, Sly.
All right, Sly, why do you hate it?
Why do I hate it? Okay. I'll try to be brief.
Short
but,
version, please.
Huh? The short version. Okay. I mean,
Short
I want
version.
to. Okay. I want to at least say that I think the combat is good. I like the combat. I like some of the ideas there. I like that you can be able to use the, what's it called? The legions. The legions for mobility and stuff. I liked that. So it's like my issues aren't around the core combat. It's everything around that. I felt like the enemy variety kind of chunked in the last half, and I didn't really care for the bosses.
That's true.
So it's just like I was enjoying it definitely for the first half, and I felt like it kind of ran out of steam in the last half, and so that was my primary issue with the game part of it. And it's like the side content, I didn't really get a lot of satisfaction from it. A lot of it just felt like petty busy work, like, you know, traffic jam and traffic jam mini games, which it just took a long time. And then there was other ones.
Sorry,
like,
Sly. Sorry you don't like being a cop.
Going in and doing the ice cream and like the boxes and balancing it with the
Oh no,
Joy-Con
the boxes one were
gyro.
bullshit, and so was the ice
Bullshit.
cream.
Yeah, yeah.
They
and a lot
they
of it-
designed those characters to run into you. They're gonna hit you.
And then they have, you know, just your regular fetch questy bullshit. And if it was just a random thing that you can be able to do, if it wasn't tied to ranks, I probably wouldn't have a problem with it. But because, you know, it's like if you don't do them, then you get shit ranks. And, you know, since I didn't really want to play on the casual mode, I did want to be ranked because I do play platinum games. But it's like, if I just did the combat stuff, then I would get, like, C's. Because it's like, I don't want to do this extraneous bullshit that makes the levels go on for too long. That there's, like, some really good things about the game. And I just think that there was a lot of fluff that the game didn't need. And it just kind of ended up distracting from the core appeal. That's kind of how I felt on the game. It's not bad, and I definitely get why people are really into it and really enthusiastic about it. I guess it's just not really for me. There's just too many issues that kind of piled up for me. But, you know, mileage may vary. That's just all I have to say on it, though.
Alright, Sly, why don't you go ahead and tell us your number 7?
My number 7 is Katana Zero. It's
Nice.
Forgot
really,
that even
really...
existed.
I didn't play it. I heard it's good though.
Yeah. No, I mean, I thought that the gameplay was really, really fun. A lot of people compare it to Hotline Miami. I don't really know that much about that game. I've never played it or really seen that much of it. But, you know, it's like one of those games where, I mean, you're playing as this samurai weeb wannabe kind of guy, but you go into all these different action set pieces, and you try to be able to have the perfect run through like micro sections. Like there's like a bunch of 10 micro sections that you have to be able to clear. So you go through one and you try to be able to take people out. You have a slowdown mechanic that allows you to essentially kind of like a bullet time thing where you can go in and avoid shots and reflect bullets back at them. It's very fast paced and very energetic. It's a really, really great 2D action game. And I want to see more games like it. And the storyline's really interesting too. It actually has like integrates the game's central gameplay mechanics and actually uses it in the storyline in interesting ways. There's a lot of good gameplay and story integration.
Like killing some people will change how the story goes from that point?
Not
or
exactly. I don't want to go into specifics, but it's like the main gameplay mechanic, the slowdown, and because it's like your character can't die, but it's like well he can, but it's like, you know, when a character dies, then the main character will be like, no, that's not it, and then it'll rewind back to what you're doing, or rewind back to the beginning of the micro stage. It's like he's planning his attack. He's like, and then he'll go in and execute it once he determines the plan. That's the gameplay.
So he dies, and it's like, and this is how my story ends.
But it's an interesting game. I like the storyline. It doesn't
actually. That's more like Sands of Time, where if you die in Sands of Prince of Persia, Sands of Time, where if you die, you can hear the prince. He'd be like, no, that didn't happen. Not like that.
Yeah.
I changed my
exactly,
mind.
Yep, that's exactly it. Because he's like, no, that's not it, and then it goes back. But it's not. It would be higher, but right now the game ends inconclusively, which isn't a bad thing. But it does mean that, you know, it's like the follow up, whether it's a sequel or a DLC expansion, whether it ties up those loose ends will determine how much I enjoy the storyline as a whole. You can't really judge it as a whole because it's part 1 of a storyline. So,
Watch me.
and they didn't advertise it as that, but that's fine if the sequel's good and answers those plot threads. Then yeah, I'll definitely really enjoy it. But right now, I just think it's a fun game and a nice little storyline, some good character moments, good stuff.
All right, Zero. Number 7.
Number 7, Borderlands 3.
Ooh,
Now
lower
listen,
than I thought.
I'm sure a lot of people who know me, and maybe the 3 people who aren't us who watch this video, will be like, man, he really likes Borderlands. Why is it so low? I'll tell you why it's so low, okay?
Okay.
8-year-olds wrote this game.
Yeah.
A lot of the writing is pretty good. Some of the writing is really good. The rest of it is not. I have never, ever played a game with so many poop jokes in its dialogue in my entire life.
See, I'm on my way to Eden 6 right now, and there have been a lot of poop jokes
Hey,
so far.
guess what? They're not going to stop.
Oh boy.
They're going to keep going, and you're going to hate it. All of the characters are fun to play, which is a big plus, because I don't want to play the same character over and over again. I played Flak first. Flak is good.
I picked
They
Amara.
They have pets.
Pets are cool.
I got my Skag that I always wanted. I got Flak to level 50. I got Zane to level 50. I'm leveling up Amara right now. And just recently, the first big DLC came out for it. Very good. Like it wasn't even for the same game. But it's what you would want from a Borderlands game, but maybe a little better writing, please. Please, just a little.
It's a really fun game.
The loot is better. It's a huge game. I just wish your builds weren't so dependent on the exact correct gun.
Yeah.
If you get the wrong prefix, you better keep farming. Like there's perfect versions of every gun in Borderlands. But I shouldn't need that. I should just need that gun. I don't need to be... My computer just went to sleep.
Oh.
I shouldn't need the right prefix with the correct anointment. Speaking of anointment, Gearbox, your anointed enemies are bad. Whoever created those abominations should be fired. If it's Randy, throw him out of his office. Literally throw him out the window. He's a magician. He'll survive.
I haven't fought an anointed enemy yet, but I
Hey, buddy, the first one you fight is a hard boss.
Oh no.
Get ready for that, moron. And I am aware I sound very negative. But I have still put so much time into this game because it's Borderlands.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like Kingdom Hearts. That's all I need to say. If you don't like Borderlands gameplay, you probably skipped this part. Shoot enemy, use skill, pick up gun, get stronger. Do it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good job.
All right. My number 7 is Judgment.
Should really be playing that.
It's a Yakuza game. It's not about the Yakuza. But it's fun. I love the main character, Yagami. Former lawyer turned detective because he got a serial killer let off the loose. And then that guy immediately killed someone else. And he quit because he felt guilty about it. And he wants to make some things right. But that game's fun. It plays like Yakuza. There's mini games. You fight dudes. There's 2 styles in this game. One that's more lean towards crowds, one that's more lean towards individuals, but you can use whatever, it doesn't matter. Tiger Drop's all you really need. You can find that pretty easy. One thing I don't like about the game is the drone racing, because that shit's lame.
I never bothered with it.
I did the first one they make you do, and I don't like any of it. The VR Battle World or whatever is okay. It's just a board game. Sometimes you fight dudes. But you're in Kamurocho, just like all the other Yakuza games, so you should know your way around if you played Yakuza. Some things have
You get lost,
changed,
you're stupid.
as usual, but most of it's the same. You know where Theater Square is. You know where the drugstore is to get your healing items. It's all there. You can see Kiryu's old real estate business. You can never go back there. Boy, I wish you could.
Just go play Yakuza 0.
I've already done all of it in Yakuza 0.
Just do it again.
I could. But favorite character right now is Yagami's Yakuza friend, Kaito.
Kaito's pretty awesome.
He's a really cool dude. I forget who he's voiced by. I think it might be Liam O'Brien, but who knows. Big, strong, tough.
I just left it in Japanese.
Yeah, see, I turned it to English at first because hey, finally some English. But then it's like none of the side characters speak English.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll talk to someone, and they'll be like, "Oh no, desu ka," and you'll be like, "Yeah, dude, I get you."
Understood.
And you're like, "That's a little weird." And like the enemies are yelling at you in Japanese, like, "Nani?" And you're like, that's okay. I'll turn it back to Japanese, just so everyone's consistent. But then I gotta like stare at the screen and read.
If I were more comfortable with the length I played of Judgment, it would have been on my list. The only complaint I've had about it is, Yagami, please date women who are older than the ones you're dating.
Yeah.
Yagami, you were a teenager when these girls were born. Stop it.
The first girl you're able to date is 19. Yagami is older than 19.
Yagami's 35.
Uh-huh.
Just date older women, please. I know there is one.
I'm trying to date that secretary girl at the office.
Right? Just let me have these older women before Chapter 11 or whatever.
Alright, that's all I got for Judgment. Fun game. The fights are the fights. I never come to a Yakuza game for the fights. Heat moves are still there. Now you got like wall attacks and shit. No more hunger meter. Now you have like, if you get hit by a big move, you lose some permanent health.
Do you get fucking shot?
That you have to regain with the med kit. That are kind of expensive, but it's okay.
They are so expensive.
They're pretty expensive. I went ahead and bought 3 off the bat just so I can not go back down there. But yeah, that's Judgment. No E after the G.
Nope.
All right, slide number 6.
Number 6 is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Ooh, I just started that.
Yeah. I played that, I think, at the pretty close to the tail end of the year, but I was really satisfied with it. I wanted some good Star Wars content, and I wasn't able to get that through the awful movie that released this year. But
is that a hot take? I think most people think that movie's garbage.
It's not. A lot of
hot
people
take.
That's an ice cold take.
I think all Star Wars movies are bad, so I have the hot take.
My hot take is that I only like Episode 3. And The Force Unleashed.
And Battlefront 2.
No, not that one.
What?
You love that one.
I mean, I heard that game's gotten better, but I'm not going to play it. It's too late.
No, you love it.
No.
You love the Day 1 edition.
I thought we were talking about the PS2 game.
Oh, no, that one's good.
No,
not the new
Tyler
one.
loves the new Battlefront 2.
That's not true. You're spreading lies. I'm going to cut this part out. All right, slide. Jedi Fallen Order.
Maybe I'll just go in and keep saying Tyler likes. Battlefront 2 all throughout me talking it, so you can't cut it out. But
I'll fucking cut it out. You'll see.
He'll cut out your
Nice.
entire entry.
Nice.
Just splash it up on screen.
Sly is telling lies, so I just cut it all out. But no, I mean, I liked the combat. It's kind of a weird Souls-like kind of thing, but
Kinda,
you know,
yeah.
I think that it was
It's like
interesting.
Sekiro Light. Lots of parries and
Yeah.
guards.
Yeah. But I liked it. I think that there was a lot of cool stuff with where they did a lot of a big database thing where you can look up a lot of different species, some new, some old. I think that the game, one of the big things that was important to me is that it didn't over rely on nostalgia. Like, you're not seeing, you know, the Millennium Falcon come in. They're like, look, it's the Millennium Falcon. Look, it's Leia Organa. You know, it's
Hey, look, it's
mostly-
Mr. Solo.
yeah, it's mostly its own storyline. They do some interesting things, like some characters actually suffer through PTSD as a result of
Yeah,
the
Order
ICT
66.
order.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I thought that was a really interesting idea, something that's not really explored too much with Star Wars, but I'm gonna have it. Maybe they did some of that in the
And this is
in the
canon.
comics. But yes, it is also canon. They work together with the board of directors, or some kind of board that Disney has that determines the canonicity of Star Wars stuff. Yes, they actually have that. But
Oh, they have
yeah.
to after they cut off everything else.
Yeah. I wish that the board went in and stopped a lot of the bad decisions on Rise of Skywalker, but this isn't the Rise of Skywalker podcast. But yeah.
And it never will be.
Nope. But it's also took a lot of inspiration from Metroidvanias. It's a
Mhm.
lot like, it was like an amalgamation between like Metroid Prime and Dark Souls, and I thought that was interesting, and I liked exploring the world and going back, getting new power-ups. There's a lot of different abilities to go in and get, and there's like some interesting things with like stormtroopers going in and reacting to you in fights based on like how well
Yeah.
you're doing. Yeah, they'll go in and panic if you
Like
start doing
like
really
one of
well.
them, like if you leave one of them alive. I seen a clip of this, and there was a blaster guy, and he was like, "Okay, I got this. It's just me."
Yeah. And then sometimes they'll go in and say, it's like, I knew this would go wrong, and then it's really fun.
Is there an occasion where they start crying and you feel bad?
There's a couple of them that got close to crying.
And then you
But
killed
they're
them
just-
anyway.
Yeah, of course.
There are
'cause they're
meditation
still shooting
points
at
that
me.
act as bonfires.
Yeah. They it's just meditating instead of bonfires.
Yeah,
But
you still
yeah.
sit.
Yeah, and then there's a couple of like with some of the monsters, some of the bosses are okay, and then you have the encounters with the Inquisitors, and those are great bosses.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like if you play on normal mode, it's a bit easier than what you would expect from your typical Souls game. But if you crank it up to hard and Jedi Master, then it's about around.
I think I started playing on hard just because I knew it'd be
Okay.
a little bit easier.
Yeah, and so it would play around, around the same difficulty that you'd expect from a Souls game, maybe a little less. I'm not sure, but yeah, I really liked the game. Really solid.
All right, Zero, you're number 6.
I think all I heard Sly say was Star Wars should only be told in video game form from now on.
Hey, I would not object. Although Mandalorian was also excellent.
Whatever that is.
It's got the Baby Yoda, also known as
Yeah.
the Child.
Yeah,
I hope it dies.
it's good though.
I hope it dies. Not just the Baby Yoda, but Star Wars. I don't like Star Wars.
Specifically Baby Yoda.
Number 6, Dragon Quest Builders 2.
Ooh. I played this video game.
And not enough of it.
Yeah, I'm still on Island 1. Don't worry about it.
Dragon Quest is quite possibly the most charming video game series ever.
Yeah, dude.
And I also like Minecraft sometimes.
You're a big mind boy.
You're more of a miner boy.
I like the building part. I like the crafting part.
Then play Dragon Quest Builders and Builders 2.
I do own them both.
Because I like being told how to build things.
Mm-hmm.
Blueprints are great. But also I like seeing the people I bring to my island build the thing for me. Because I'm not going to build a pyramid by myself.
I would. I definitely would. I don't trust anyone.
Especially not me.
My second biggest point, aside from it's charming, you should play it, is Malroth is a good boy.
Malroth. Your black-haired friend?
Yes, his
Yeah.
name is Malroth. I also really enjoyed riding on the monsters. If I can ride on a Dragon Quest golem and have it punch things,
Mm-hmm.
I would let it punch me because I could die happy. Outside of the really early Dragon Quest games, I've never played a bad one. Especially builders. Because your character in the first one, to a lesser extent the second one, they don't care what's going on. They just want to build.
Yeah.
I could do without saving the world. Just let me build things. And it's stupid because the story of Dragon Quest Builders is, oh, you're the only one who can build anymore. You're the builder.
Mm-hmm. And then
It's like,
they're like,
what sense? You can't just slap something together?
No.
Idiots.
And two, everyone's like, the builder's evil. He's a fuck.
Yeah.
And
He
you're like,
pushed my grandma down the stairs.
and you're like, no, I'm not a fuck. Look, watch me build.
Look, it's a house. I made a bed for you.
It's a bathroom. Now you can shit.
Why, so you could drown me in the toilet?
Keep
But,
talking like that. I probably will.
It's always the same. You do a little bit of the story, and then someone new will come. And then you invite them into your commune. But in Dragon Quest Builders 2, you go to an island and you bring people back to your island that belongs to you. And then they whine that they don't have what they want. Also, it has dogs.
That's true.
You can breed dogs. And man, I got the platinum and had to breed a lot of dogs. And I wanted to die.
I'm playing on Switch. There's no trophies.
You are a smarter man than me. I didn't get any of the DLC stuff because it's just more blocks and decorations. There's no story left to it.
Is that all
I
you
had
got?
I had
Oh.
another point, but I forgot what it was.
Okay.
Dang.
All right. My number 6 is Borderlands 3.
It's higher than me?
It's higher.
I really like that game. More importantly, I really like playing as Amara. Amara's fun.
I've
I
been
like-
playing as Amara. She's very fun.
I like punching shit. You know?
It's pretty good.
And I just know, I like having the thought that I'm a hot girl with abs, alright? I love shooting things. Shooting feels good. Like when you hit like a guy with a shotgun and he falls over because he's got hit with a shotgun. What are you gonna do?
Not gonna stay standing.
Story's okay. Some things have happened. I like the villains. The old Calypso twins. They're fun. They're not as good as Handsome Jack, but how can you be? Right?
You cannot compare
He's
anything
really-
in Borderlands to Handsome Jack.
He's really up there. They really knocked it out of the park with that one. But they're fun. I like that they're streamers. That's not so subtle commentary on the things. Even then, that's probably giving them too much credit. They're fun characters. I like seeing characters return. Some of the new areas are cool. The monastery was a nice area to look at.
Hopefully, the DLC takes us back there because it's really short.
Yeah, it's a short level. I've been doing all the side objectives as I go.
As you should.
Me and Zero played a couple hours.
We played more than a couple hours.
You, me, and Propeller Boy.
That's him.
We still got to beat 2 with Sly, but he's playing
Yeah.
RPGs, so that's gonna be tough.
Oh, Borderlands is an RPG?
Not in Sly's eyes.
That's true.
Hmm.
Slicer races.
A little bit.
But I really like the game. I'm gonna get back to it and beat it eventually. But it's definitely better than the pre-sequel.
That's not saying much.
Yeah, it's not. I also like it better than 2, although it doesn't have uh the all the characters that I like to play as. But
I think 2 is better as a complete package.
yeah, for sure. I like the skills. I like you can have multiple different types of action skills.
Mm-hmm.
I like the customization options. Now you can change the color by yourself. Not have to worry about a skin color or whatever.
Well, most people don't worry about skin color. Some do.
What was I gonna say? Oh, I had a point. I definitely like a lot of the quality of life improvements they made over the game. Like instance loot and difficulty scaling. So you don't have to worry about some of that stuff when playing online with people. And yeah, that's cool. I think if I ever played it again, I'd pick. Who would I pick? I'd probably pick Flack. I already have a Zane. So yeah, I'd probably pick Flack.
Get fucked, Mose.
I'm not too interested in the mech.
Hey, it's good because for a long time there was a bug where the second you called it in and got in, you got right the fuck back out.
Oh, nice.
That was bad.
Oh, you said good earlier.
I said it was good because you didn't have an interest in Mose, and you were right not to.
Okay. Sly, number 5.
I have one more thing to say about
Borderlands
Borderlands
3.
What
were you going to say, Zero?
Fucking fix how laggy your menus are, Gearbox.
Oh, yeah, those menus are slow as fuck, dude.
Take me 20 minutes to pull out my inventory. Sorry for interrupting, Sly. Go ahead.
Okay.
Number 5.
Number 5 is Persona Q2.
Oh!
Yeah. Tyler forgot that game happened.
Tyler hates Persona Q.
I do.
I
Read my Twitter bio.
Q.
It's a bad game.
No one's going to
Persona
follow
Q
you.
is a bad game. Persona Q2
You don't have to follow me. You just have to
game.
look at it.
No, I mean, okay, just for a little bit of context, one of just a couple things that really annoyed me about Persona Q was that, well, I don't think the writing was very good. It felt like it was something that you would find on fanfiction.net.
Hey,
just yeah.
People use Archive of Our Own now.
Okay, oh, right. So, like, the lower end of what you would use in Archive of Our Own. So, it's not great. They do a lot of simplification of a lot of the characters, and, you know, I don't think that, like, any of the dungeons after 2 were I thought that they were pretty junky, especially in the Book Riot exhibit. There's a lot of...
fucking Book Riot exhibit.
Yeah, and then
we can't
like
get on this one again.
A lot of junk with the combat. It's like, you know, all-out attacks being dependent on whether you have 3 to 5 boosted characters, and it's like weird percentage chance. It's just, there's just a lot of problems that just needed fixing, and then Q2 comes in, and it's like, all right, so we have better character writing now. A little bit of, you know, simplification with the characterization. You know, you still have, you know, GA joking about meat. But
I can't believe Ryuji only makes noises now.
But for the most part, even though it has, like, Persona 3, 4, and 5 characters, like, I was looking at that, I'm like, there's no way they can balance it. But they actually do a pretty good job, and especially with the side quests actually show a lot of really fun dynamics between the P5 and P3 and 4 casts. There's not much between P3 and P4 because they've had, like, what, 3 spin-offs? 3 crossover stuff? Or
don't worry about it.
Yeah, but they have some interesting stuff with the side quests because they'll have, like, a quest where it's Makoto and Mitsuru, and they actually show that they talk about how Mitsuru, like, Makoto says that she's jealous of Mitsuru because she is, you know, kind of has a certain commanding presence, but Mitsuru says is like,
Hell
okay,
yeah.
but I'm actually, it's like she was remarking that she was jealous of Makoto because Makoto's a lot closer to the Phantom Thieves, whereas Mitsuru feels like there's a certain distance between her and C's. And it's like, I always thought, okay, there's a lot of similarities, but I never really drew that kind of connection, that kind of those differences. And it was like interesting to kind of see the characters react in that way. And there's a lot of like interesting character combinations, and it's like they have some fun stuff with Joker and Yunarkami. I really liked the optional content, and I think it actually did a great job with its character writing. I actually liked the storyline that they had for that one. It's like I liked the new girl character. I thought that her kind of conflict was far more interesting than what they had for PQ. I thought it was relatable, and they actually kind of blend mostly the P5 and P4 themes, but they do that in an interesting way that I thought was pretty nice, pretty thoughtful. You know, there's a couple of obvious stuff that, you know, just like when at the start of the game, like, okay, I kind of can guess that, and plays out how you expect. But no, I thought that the story and writing, that they had some interesting stuff. And then all of the dungeons are good. That was shocking. I liked the dungeons. They simplified. They don't have the bullshit stuff with the FOEs. They're way toned down so that they're not bullshit. And I actually had fun going through dungeons in this game.
Are they still as long as Q1?
Nowhere near as long.
Okay.
They shortened them quite a lot.
Now, if Tyler was interested, he'd be slightly more interested.
And then they fix the combat. It's, you know, you just knock down all the enemies and all out attack. No more random bullshit. So it's basically a much more refined version of that concept. It's basically the realization. It's what PQ1 should have been at the start. And it does a great job with the P5 cast. I was very pleasantly surprised with the game. I really liked it.
Hell
Nice.
yeah.
Glowing recommendation for me. I love that game.
All right, Zero, number 5.
Number 5, what you've all been waiting for.
Okay.
Okay.
Days Gone.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, Days Gone.
Have at it.
Listen. Days Gone is good. Fuck you.
I'm not fighting you on this, Zero.
I'm not arguing either.
Days Gone was a game that people saw little clips of on Twitter, and they're like, yo, this game's gonna be bad. This game's really cringy.
But Zero, I hope you ride me as much as you ride your Harley.
Now it's time to provide the context.
They're fucking bikers, dog.
That was a line that was initially spoken in the game when they got engaged. I forgot his wife's name, so that's real big points for me, seeing as how much I like it. I think she asked him not to say any dumb shit like that when they got married, and he's like, I couldn't promise that anyway. And then she says it to him during the wedding. That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
That's a callback. Boozer was the only one at the wedding.
It's also a direct reference to Sons of Anarchy.
What? References?
Popular biker show that I
You
watched a
love that
lot
show.
of.
I don't
actually
know.
do.
Never in a million years would have guessed you liked that show.
It's such a good fucking show.
The
Oh, boy.
gameplay for Days Gone is it's what you'd expect. You ride around on a motorcycle until you run out of gas at a very bad time, and then you gotta scramble to find some gas. And man, those freakers will tear you apart. The hordes are still big. Oh, they weren't as big as they were at that E3 showing? Nothing's ever the way they show at E3, folks.
Nope.
Ever. Remember Watch Dogs?
No,
Don't remember Watch
they
Dogs.
skipped the first one.
Remember Watch Dogs 2. Watch Dogs started at 2.
Can't wait
Just
for
like,
Legion.
just like Persona started at 4. Yes, I'm altering it.
Oh no, I've been saying that for a while.
You would. You've never finished it.
Actually, I said 4 Golden, but
4. I've been playing longer than you, I can say it. The characters of Days Gone are weirdly charming. Deacon, out in the world, killing people will talk to himself. And
Just
it's
like
the
me.
funniest thing I've ever seen. You could headcanon it like he's just trying to stay sane with all this shit he's got to do. No, he's just talking to himself.
I like Deacon. Mostly because
As a name or as a character?
his actor, his facial actor and voice actor, Sam Witwer, is one of the main characters in a show I love called Being Human, the American version, not the British version. It's one of those shows. But he's also, as we mentioned earlier, the main character in Star Wars: The Force Unleashed.
Can I get back to what I was saying?
Days Gone's cool. In my book, just for that.
Thank you. Boozer is one of my favorite best friend characters ever. He gives you his gun. In that world, he's like, hey, you can have my gun. Take it. Don't know why they took dialogue options away. That's a strange choice. Just give me dialogue options. Let me be like, hey, Boozer, give me the gun. Fuck you, Boozer, give me the gun. Boozer gets a dog later in the game, and it's very wholesome. Because, spoilers, Boozer loses a fucking arm. And when you lose an arm and your primary mode of transportation is a motorcycle, not exactly going to be happy with your life.
No.
So Deacon, being a good friend, he's like, I'm going to get him a puppy. He goes out and he gets that puppy. Also, Schizo can fuck off. Hopefully someone watches this video who knows about Days Gone. And they'll know. They'll know Schizo can fuck off. Schizo's bad. I wanted to murder him. I got the platinum for Days Gone, and it was a very, very fun experience. And I might replay it soon.
Nice.
Good stuff.
Alright. My number 5. Indivisible.
Nice!
That's a fun video game.
It's pretty good.
Not fun to watch someone else play it, I'll tell you that.
No, you made that mistake for too long.
But I like most of the characters. I like that they're all different. I love their designs. A lot of them play differently than each other. Some just have better versions of the moves that other characters have. But it's an okay game. It's not really hard, most of it. Sometimes you'll need a healer. But everyone levels up when you do, so.
If you take Ginseng out of the party, you're stupid.
Sometimes I didn't need her.
Well, you're stupid.
Sometimes I just didn't get hit, you know?
Ginseng can help you get big numbers and combos.
She's really good against Ravanavar. But, just a fun game. Platforming's a little tedious, but it's sometimes it's cool. Especially the last platforming section in the game is a little long in the tooth.
Let's not talk about that.
It's real tough climbing that mountain for the 4th time. But my only biggest problem with it is some of the characters relating to the story. You know, most of the side characters you get don't have a say in the story. They don't really matter. But like, Ajna is a bit of a fuck up.
That's being nice about it.
She's real dumb, and she's brash, and she's gotten some people hurt. And at first, she messes up, and characters are like kind of harsh to her. But then, like when she fucks up even more towards the midway point in the game, characters aren't harsh enough. You know, they're not harsh enough.
You're scaling it back too far.
They're too supportive. Be a little less supportive.
Ajna, you did your best.
And like, man, Dar is so cool.
Put some respect on his name.
I hated Dar, but then I love Dar. And then he's the butt of the joke for like the entire game.
He was real good too.
Yeah. But combat's alright. You know, press the button, do the combo. See the number go up. Final team was Kampan, Naga Rider, and Kadira. And I'd sub in Jinxing if I need her, but usually I didn't.
You should always have her in your party, just like Yukiko.
And that's basically it. You pick your party members and you fucking go. Really don't have to change. Of course, there are some problems with the game. The maps aren't as intuitive as they should be. Sometimes quest markers just fuck up and don't show. The sub quests they aren't specific enough in where you need to go.
Just explore the map for the 15th time.
Backtracking is, you do that a lot. There's
It's
not a
most
really
of the game.
there's not a really good fast travel system. There's one in there. It's just not the greatest.
Not
You
as
can go to-
specific as you'd like.
You can go to like maybe eight points, and it's never close to where you need to be. What else? Lots of things that aren't just in the game at launch. Some characters are missing supers. Some characters are missing whole moves.
Motherfucker Shantae.
Yeah, backer characters are coming, like Juan, Shovel Knight, Shantae, Rexosaurus, Rex, or whatever. The Rex with the skateboard. I forgot his fucking name. Annie from Skullgirls. Some guy from Battle Clash. Characters like that. They're coming. Red from Transistor. They'll be there at some point. Probably when the Switch version launches. And I guess I'll run through the game again with them, depending on how you get them.
I think I'll get that game. It sounds like it'd be something that I would be interested in.
It's a fun game.
It's a good game.
It's a Metroidvania.
Oh, okay. Even better.
I don't know if it's a 5.
Mm,
It's definitely a 10.
yeah. Yeah. I liked it enough. I did everything I could in that game. But that's it for Indivisible. A lot of people don't like it.
Fuck 'em.
Alright, slide number 4.
Number 4 is Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Oh,
Interesting.
okay.
Yeah.
Then I can also talk about this with you because it's also my number 4.
Nice.
Interesting.
Okay. Got some equal placements, but yeah. I mean, also a bit of context. I was also this is just an interesting year because it's like there's been a handful of games where I didn't really expect very much, and then they just ended up shocking me. Like I was not expecting very much from Persona Q2, and then that ended up being way better than I thought. And after, like, I played Fates before this, and I got really burned.
Yeah, see, I skipped Fates.
Okay, that you were smart. That game, some people really like it, and some people hate it. I'm somewhere in the middle, closer to hate. I don't like the game very much, but I think there was a lot of problems. I didn't really like the 3 different storylines setup, and so I was going into this one. It's like, okay, it's the same thing. It's technically all the same game though, so that's a big improvement. But I didn't think. I was just thinking, okay, if there's 3 different storylines, I don't think that they can do that. I think that these writers are not good at making storylines that branch off. I thought that they should go back to doing one singular story path, and then I played the game, and I was like, wow, I was so glad to be wrong, because I really like the game story. I think that there's a couple tropes that some things are very easy to predict that I was thinking maybe it could have.
It's anime. What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
right?
whatever. But it's like, despite having a cast of 28 characters, or not 28, I think it's more than that, but despite having a huge cast, I was thinking, no way they can balance that. But they do a phenomenal job. This is some of the best writing I've seen in a JRPG. Character writing. I really love doing the supports. There's lots of really nuances, lots of really interesting interactions, and there's a lot of hidden depth with a lot of these characters that are really like seeing.
You learn a lot about them when you hang out with them.
Yeah, and it's just like so interesting to go in and like
Nothing
do
like
different
real life.
conversations and just learn more about Dorothea, my girl Dorothea, and then learn more about
Hell yeah.
Felix. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like the social part of the game was just so spectacular. I was just loving.
Let me learn more
going
about
in and-
Manuela. Ooh, yeah.
yeah. I got and recruiting almost everyone in the house. I unfortunately did not get Ash or I think
Oh, no.
Casper.
Oh, no.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
2 of the loser squad.
It was something like that. I don't think I got either of those. But
Is
no,
it because
I
you
mean-
forgot they exist?
maybe. But I got everyone else.
I managed to recruit everyone that I could.
Yeah.
Couldn't recruit Hilda for whatever reason.
Ah,
She would not speak to me.
Would you speak to you?
No. I wouldn't.
Also, it's funny that if you're female Byleth, then Sylvain just automatically.
Yo, no,
jumps
he's
in.
like, you got a vagina. I'm in. And
love that touch.
he replaced Caspar
I've already
the second.
I already signed the papers to be in your class.
He replaced Caspar as soon as I got him.
But and yeah, I also like some of the changes to the gameplay. Some people go in and say it was like, oh, they're appealing to casuals, but the whole time going back, I think that was introduced in Echoes. So, but I really liked that mechanic.
The Dragon
meant
Pulse.
that- yes.
You
Dragon
can
Pulse.
get a lot of those.
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
You
Like
can
12.
get too many.
Yeah, probably.
you don't
too
need
many.
that many, but
Yeah. So maybe
I
maybe
started
they were a
using
little-
them because I was like, I could probably do that better.
Yeah. So, but the nice thing about it is that you can just not use the mechanic if you
Yeah.
don't really like it. But
I like
don't
the. There's a mechanic in this game that I like where on the battlefield you can zoom in and you can see all the models there, up close and stuff, and that's a cool mechanic. I don't
Yeah.
use it because it makes traveling the map way longer than it needs to be.
Yeah.
Can't
But it's
speedrun
cool
the
that
game
it's
like
there.
that.
yeah, it's an. Huh?
You
Zero
okay?
said-
Yeah, Zero. Did you know about that? You can actually zoom in and have your characters move around.
Sly, I played the game longer than you. Yes.
Oh, okay.
He said you can't
My
speed run the game like that.
Oh, okay. I misheard. Whatever. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I just think the gameplay wise in terms of writing, and it's like, I mean, I've only done the Golden Deer route. There's still so
Yeah.
much content.
I've
not seen.
I've only done the Black Eagles, the Black Eagle route, Crimson Flower.
Yeah, I want to do that one next, and then I'll do Blue Lions after that. But it's like I just want to be able to take a little bit of break just so that I can. I was thinking I might as well take a break
Yeah.
so I can kind of miss it.
I
so
spent
that when
like maybe close to 70 hours just doing a bunch of stuff.
yeah.
So yeah, I haven't played it, but when I go back in, I'm gonna do Blue Lions.
Yeah, I want to do more of the paralogs because
Yeah,
there was some
I didn't do a lot of
interesting
those,
stuff
but there's some stuff in there.
there. Yeah. There's one with Felix where you can actually see his dad and learn a little bit more about his family history.
There's some stuff
I
with
know.
Mercedes I want to see for myself.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff about Mercedes I want to see, but
Except she cut her hair, and it's a crime
it's
against
worse.
humanity.
It's worse. It's so much worse.
Rouse does a lot of cute girls though, a lot of hot dudes. So
Yeah,
I was-
like Felix.
yeah, so it's on a lot of people's Game of the Year list. If it could have easily been on that if it came out like a.
Fan voted RPG of the Year at the Game
Yeah,
Awards.
I think it was also fan voted Game of the Year, as well.
Maybe
Yeah, but that's not
yeah.
canon.
Nope.
That's not the canon choice.
they Dragon Pulse
It's
that
not.
one.
Wish it was. Wish it was nominated because I think it deserved it. I thought it was a spectacular game. So, yeah.
Who did you marry anyone, Sly?
Claude.
Of course,
I love Claude. He's so hot.
he is.
Zero. Move on to the next.
I
section.
like Claude, but I don't think he's that hot. So I'll call it there. He's pretty hot, but he's not that hot.
I made sure I had my choices ready, and my choices were Dorothea, and Edelgard. And I picked Edelgard.
If you don't pick Edelgard in your first playthrough as Black Eagles, what the fuck are you doing with your life?
And I was girl of Byleth as well. And I'll fucking die for Edelgard. In real life.
Let's hope that doesn't come up, because that'd be really embarrassing. Someone insults Edelgard in your street and you say, draw your blade.
Tyler would die.
How dare you? Draw your blade!
And the cops just shoot you.
Rest in peace.
But I like that game. Traveling around the monastery is a bit long, so you just teleport everywhere. But you know, every day you gotta talk to everyone, see what they're up to, shove gifts down their throats so they join your team.
Yep.
Please eat with me.
Again, Hilda wouldn't join my team, so you know.
Oh, okay. You're sad. We get it.
I'm really sad. I like Hilda. Okay.
Just play Golden Deer next.
No.
Oh, why? Golden Deer's good.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Golden Deer is like the lamest house.
The what?
Like, I like their students. I just don't want anything to do with them.
You gotta do it. It's good. You gotta get to the end so we could hear God-shattering star.
Anyways,
Such a good song. Oh, and that game soundtrack is great. All right.
can't recruit Cyril because he's sort of a cuck or something.
Cyril sucks.
Still not part of the loser squad though.
The biggest one you can't recruit as a Black Eagle is Catherine. I really wanted Catherine.
I want Catherine to murder me.
Catherine's so cool. But
Murder me, please, God. I know you have abs under there.
Three Houses, real good game. Definitely gonna play some more.
Yep.
Especially with the new content coming out. But that's separate from the main story, so I don't have to do anything to get there.
Yeah, I'm definitely doing the DLC too. Also, Byleth and Smash is great. Y'all
Yeah.
are just me.
Yeah, Byleth and Smash is great. Fuck you guys.
Yeah! I care about Smash.
You bought it.
Tyler bought it.
That's true.
I didn't spend a dime on Smash outside of Joker and the Hero.
All right, Sly. Got anything else to say about Three Houses?
Nope. It's a really great game.
The last thing I'll say is fuck the church.
Fuck the church.
All right, Sly. Number 3. No, wait. 0. Number 4.
This is erasure, and I won't stand for it.
Who is 0?
Who?
My number 4, Tyler. Resident Evil 2.
Oh yeah.
I never played the original game because I was a baby, and that just wasn't the kind of game I was looking for when I was a child. Tiny Toons and the Beanstalk or whatever, hell yeah. So playing it this way, awesome. This looks great. This is fun. I'm bad at puzzles. I shouldn't be here. Leon is the epitome of it's my first day. I shouldn't be here. This shouldn't be the situation. I played that game so much to get the platinum that even though it was my first experience playing it, I know my way around the police station. I could do it with my eyes closed. I don't need that knowledge. Getting the platinum, I absolutely spent more money on the game.
Something like the
I spent
ultimate
money
weapons or whatever.
on those weapons,
Mm-hmm.
and I blew everything up with that infinite ammo rocket launcher, and
Hey.
I had fun.
Don't worry, dude. We'll talk about that later.
Tyler, please let me buy a loot box in this game. But yeah, it's Resident Evil 2. It rightfully deserved all the nominations it got for everything.
Got a lot, and it seems like it deserved it.
It did. Big recommendations.
I'm never gonna play it.
You're a coward.
I am a
I do wanna
coward.
play it.
I love puzzles, but the thought of being chased around by Mr. X really fucks me up. So I'm
Hey.
not gonna do that.
Just spend $5. He can't touch you.
Oh, fuck it, I will. Here, Mr. X, here's $5. Leave me alone.
That's not what I meant. It's not a toll booth, Tyler.
I can't pay him directly.
Anyway, Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil 2 Remake. Hopefully Resident Evil 3 Remake is good. Bring back Resident Evil. 6 never happened. A lot of 5 never happened.
I did play 5 that last year.
4 never happened.
4 was good.
Resident
It's
Evil
fun.
ended at 4 and started again at 7. But yes, if you haven't played Resident Evil 2, I highly suggest you do.
Okay. Now, Sly, you're number 3.
Now it's my number 3. Number 3
And now
for
it's
me
your
is-
turn.
It's Devil May Cry 5.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a surprise. I actually switched it around. Yeah, but I really like Devil May Cry 5. It's a really fun game. The combat is just so good, and it's like I want to be able to get right back into it. I've wanted to for a while, but it's just like so many other games I need to be playing. But
Yeah.
no, I love playing as Dante, Nero. He's pretty interesting. But he's not like my go-to player.
Yeah. No one picks V when they want to, skill up,
Bring
Yeah,
back
yeah.
Dante.
Yeah, I think it's in. No.
I've never played a Devil May Cry in my life.
But it's like, I still think the idea of like a summoner kind of character was interesting, and
Mhm.
it was a nice
They
little
didn't-
novelty. And
They didn't fuck it up.
no,
It's just
and
not as fun as Dante and Nero.
Yeah, and thankfully he's not playable for like tons of missions. If I was playing him as him for like half the game, I would get tired of him. But no, they use him selectively. I think you have the choice to use him in a couple of extra ones.
Yeah.
But, I
There's
used
2
him-
missions where you can pick to use him.
Yeah. There's one. I think the final one with V is pretty garbage. It's really it's like the one with the 3 bosses or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that one, but
That one's okay, I guess.
but
You gotta tackle the bosses a certain way.
yeah, fair enough. But maybe I just didn't tackle it the right way. I think I probably went in the wrong order. But yeah, I mean, outside of that, I enjoyed every single mission. It was really well done. Devil May Cry 3 is still my favorite Devil May Cry because I think that it blended the story and gameplay just so perfectly. It's like that game is like perfect synergy. It's just the right amount of high octane action in the gameplay and the storyline. But no, I mean, I still really like playing as all the characters. It's like, I mean, Dante, just the whole style switching stuff and all the weapons. It's like, this is the best he's ever played. And Nero is really fun to play too. I really like the weapon switching stuff. And there's some cool stuff for New Game Plus. I started a little bit of it with Nero in the without spoiling. There's like a little fun little addition that they have, and it's great. I definitely want to be playing that game again. Harder difficulties. Yeah, it's just so fun, and the final boss is probably the best boss fight I've played in years. It's really fun.
Yeah, it's a fun boss fight.
Yeah, the music's great. I love the battle theme for Nero. I love the final boss theme. There's a lot of cool.
The one thing I will say about the final boss is that I think that boss is way better suited for Dante. And not. I have a harder time fighting it with Nero than I do with Dante.
Fair enough. I still like fighting them with Nero as well, but
I prefer Nero as a character to play as.
Mhm.
Just that boss is harder for me with Nero than it is with Dante.
Fair enough. Yeah, but yeah, that game's just it's just fun incarnate. That's what I gotta say. Really, really well done game. Probably my favorite action, or probably favorite combat in an action game. Just love that game.
All right. 0, number 3.
Number 3, something you guys have already discussed, Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Nice.
Okay.
This is my first Fire Emblem game.
Yeah.
And if any Fire Emblem game isn't like this after this, it's my only Fire Emblem game.
This is my second, but I never beat Awakening, so this is the first one I've beaten. I've gone back to Awakening, but it's not the fucking same.
First and foremost, Sly, you've had your segment. Don't chime in on this. Black Eagles for life.
Yeah.
I loved it for all the reasons you guys did. Ash, Caspar, and Ignatz can all stay in the fucking corner where they belong.
They all fucking suck.
They're all terrible. I hate all 3 of them. You don't belong here. Sometimes I think I'm gonna do a run where I don't recruit 2 of them and kill them. But since you guys have already covered most of it, I'll just keep this short and say Edelgard did many things wrong.
She did.
But I love her.
I think there's some room for her to be justified in some regards. Not all of them.
It's a gray area. Let's not get into it.
The stories all are kind of different and do different things, but
I don't know if I'd cross blades with anyone over Edelgard like Tyler would.
Oh, hashtag fake fan.
I would do it for Bernadetta.
It's also respectable.
I don't like how relatable she is. So maybe I'd consider turning my blade to the people who wrote her.
Just ask, add the girl from Watamode into the game.
Don't. Tyler, don't talk to me about Watamode ever again.
Put her in the Ashen Wolves.
Can I kill them?
I don't know.
I would definitely turn my blade on her. Again, haha, Byleth in Smash, not Dante.
You fucked.
Idiots.
Sora Wanners.
He's gonna be in.
That's not the point, Sly. The point is people got hyped for nothing, and it's their own fault.
Yeah. I was telling someone on Twitter, I was just like, oh, I'm really afraid that the release date stuff was coincidental. Because why would Capcom reveal the Smash Direct date a week early? I was just thinking, no, that it's probably Capcom just announcing.
If it sounds too good to be true, it usually is.
They put out the announcement that morning Japanese time, way before the Direct.
Yeah, so I was thinking it's just coincidence. I think people are getting themselves hyped up way too much.
We're off topic again.
Byleth and Smash. I'm gonna.
Byleth and Smash, idiot! Ha 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 ha!
Yeah, I'm gonna play them a lot because it's the only fighting game I beat.
Here's my house ranking.
Him?
Black Eagles #1, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Golden Deer. Other idiots. I played too much of it and got burned out during Blue Lions. I'm just like, nah, I can't do it.
Fair enough.
I say, hey, I'm thinking about it, and then I'll load it up and play for 10 minutes, and no, still can't do it.
All right. All you gotta say, Zero?
Your turn, Tyler.
Say what?
Your turn.
Cut out.
All right. Well, my number 3 is Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Ooh.
Nice.
I love that video game. Both of them. I played them both.
He bought both of them, and the expansion passes for both of them.
I did. I beat them both. I'm going to complete the decks for both of them. Got one of them down. Just need the other one. But you know what? It's Sly's fault about the other one. Sly and Alice. It's you guys' fault.
What did we do?
I needed Zamazenta, and you would not help me. You had an hour of gameplay left to get to Zamazenta, and you said no.
I wasn't feeling it.
So I went in and I beat a whole second game for Zero's sake.
Thank you.
Someone had to do it.
Someone did have to do it.
But they're both fun. I think I have about a combined total of 150 hours. which isn't much in comparison to a game I played once, like Persona or something. But that catching stuff, the overworld, spawns, wild area is a clunky as fuck online. You should never play it online. But I don't care about the story. It's fucking Pokemon. You know, I just want to come in. I want to beat everyone's ass and become the champion. People are upset that a lot of the cool stuff in the story happens off screen because they're like, let the adults handle it. And yeah, let the adults handle it. You're fucking 10. You shouldn't really be there. But, game's got a lot of charm. Pangoro, hard carry my team. Fighting dark type. Just too strong for everyone to handle. I bought Sword first. Because, B's a hottie.
Mm-hmm. Accurate.
I would have bought Shield first if I'd known about Melanie, though.
Oh, they got me good.
They tricked me. They didn't show her before launch, so I didn't know about her. I want to say I saw some art of her, and I was like, I don't know who this is.
That could have been an NPC for all you knew.
That could have been someone from a previous Pokemon game. But it wasn't. It was Melanie, and I missed out. But now I didn't, because I bought the other one. Big MILF. Instead, we got her dumb son.
Dumpy ass son.
One of 5 children that she has.
Didn't see no husband though.
Husband's probably dead. She probably.
Damn.
But that's a fun game. I like Dynamaxing. I like Gigantamaxing. I definitely date spam to get all the Pokemon.
Same.
Fuck waiting, you know? Catch rates for Gigantamax were 100% until Snorlax came out, and then I started not catching them as often.
Oh, your hard fucking life.
Zero would raid with me sometimes and like never catch them. Or I'd raid with him and he still wouldn't catch them.
Out of all the times we attempted, I caught 1. But then when Snorlax came and I did it by myself, first try.
Yeah, no, that took me like 5 tries. What a fucking dude. But legendaries are cool. The new ones are gonna be. I like the Kung Fu one. I'm not too big on the Scepter Deer or whatever, but we'll see how that turns out.
Is it a Scepter Deer?
Yeah, it's like a deer grass Scepter Psychic type or whatever.
There's a lot of body missing for it to be a deer.
But suspension looks cool. Added new Pokemon into the game for free. If you don't want to buy it, you just trade like usual. But if you want those Pokemon guaranteed, you know, fucking buy it. Or don't if you don't want to. Who fucking cares? You know?
Shut up.
Adding new customization and shit. That's a fun game I'm gonna keep playing. I don't care what anyone says. I ain't give a fuck about Dexit. Cause
you said that with a strain in your voice, like you didn't actually want people to hear it.
I was semi yawning, but
Don't
cutting all those
me.
Cutting all those Pokemon gave me the incentive.
You got there.
Fuck me. To to catch all of them in the decks. Because I wanted to, and also out of spite for everyone who was upset. And I'll fucking do it again. I will. Surprise trade is weird. I wish I could request what I wanted to get, but that's okay. I do like all 600 of my Dreepy.
Stop sending people Dreepy if you're listening to this. Stop. Every human in the world has a Dreepy. Stop.
Really helped me out in my Shield playthrough though, because I got a Raboot very early on, and so part of my team now, Ewan Drizzile, and it's a fun game. Like all the new mons, well, most of the new mons.
Stop saying Mons.
You mean say all of it, like Pokemon, all the new Pokemons,
Yes.
Pokemon?
Don't say Pokemons. I'll slap you across your stupid face.
That's a good game. I love it. I love Pokemon Sword and Shield. First Pokemon game I've beaten, which means it's the best one.
That makes sense.
Just like Zelda Breath of the Wild, first one I beat, best one.
That's sure. I mean, I agree with you.
All right, Sly, number 2.
All right, number 2 is the Somnium Files.
It's called I, and I thought it was called AI.
No, it's I.
Okay.
Because
I wouldn't know.
it's a pun because they have like the eye thing on the logo. You know, you play as a private eye.
Is it about love?
I in Japanese means love, and yes, that's a theme in the game. Your main companion is named Aiba, who is like an eyeball thing that goes inside the main character Date because he is missing an eye, and it's basically a sassy computer companion. But yeah,
I've played enough of the game. I can vouch for that.
Oh wait, you played it? I didn't know you bought it.
Yeah, I bought it.
Oh,
I played a couple hours. It crashes every so often, so I don't really.
Dang.
So I'm just gonna wait until I get a new PC.
Fair enough. But no, I mean, I love this game, and that was a surprise to me because I like 999. I had a couple issues with Virtue's Last Reward, but it had some pretty cool parts.
Oh.
And huh?
Nothing. We can't get into it.
Okay,
That's a different podcast.
No, fair enough. But so I was going into this like, okay, it'll probably be pretty cool. I'll probably get a decent amount of enjoyment. No, I fucking loved this game. I love the cast. It's just like I really grew attached to these characters. I think Date is a fantastic protagonist. There's a lot of really fun dialogue stuff, a lot of it optional, a lot of it in the main story. Date's just such a funny protagonist, and a lot of the ways in which characters react to him and sass him back, it's really great. There's some really good wholesome interactions. I love my girl Mizuki. I love Iris. It's just like this is like a game where I pretty much I think I like every single character in the cast. There was like one character named Ota who when I saw him he was like this otaku character, and I was just like, oh no, I'm gonna hate this guy.
Yeah, I've met him. As of right now, fuck him.
Yeah, fair enough, because I was at that exact
You say
same
an
point.
otaku guy?
Yeah.
Yep, that sounds about right. I've hated everyone I've seen in a video game.
Yep, and then there's a particular point in the story where he says this one line. I cannot talk about it because it would spoil stuff, but there's this one line that he says. I was like, that's it's like this one thing that made me say, okay, I completely understand. And I really, and I was like, okay, yeah, I think I actually like this guy too. It's
that one
it's like
line is Korosami is canon.
The conflict that he deals with in his route is really great. But there's a lot of different multiple endings. Some of them are really good. But it's like the true ending's great. Yeah, I mean, I just was really enjoying the storyline. It's something that you can actively read. And it'll still surprise you. There's a lot of really fun twists, but it's a game where you just get really attached to the cast of characters. It has great theming. It's just something that I was just absolutely floored by. It does have some interesting gameplay interactions. Some of it does. There's a handful of stuff with the gameplay that does basically end up being trial and error, but I still enjoy the gameplay scenarios because it allows for some really fun bantery dialogue, some of the best in the game. And there's also a couple of those Somnium gameplay scenarios that are fantastic, great ways of executing story and character moments. And yeah, it's a game that unfortunately a lot of discussion on the game. If I wanted to go way deeper into it and rely on spoiling a lot of stuff, but it's just take my word for it. It's a game where the story, the characters, they just are so well done, so well written that it was just a great experience. I really, really liked that game. Complete surprise.
If it's
Great
not
game.
good, I'm taking you down.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. If you hate it, then sure, I'll
Destroy you.
I will let you destroy me. I love that game.
Okay.
I'm not gonna kink shame you, Sly.
I might. As I'm doing it.
I just like the game.
Okay, I get it. Now
Alright, Zero.
let's get to another game I like.
Number
Alright.
2.
Number 2, Pokemon Sword.
Nice.
Oh.
Already been discussed twice. So,
I mean, technically, we discussed Shield once and Sword, and
nobody gives a fuck about what you say.
don't worry, Zero. We get the best new rival.
That's true. Eat shit, Shieldies. Pokemon Sword made me feel like a kid again. And when you get old like me, you really appreciate that. Especially because Sword and Shield are really good, and Red, Blue, Yellow, and Green are shit tier. Controversial take, I know.
I was really confused when you said red, blue, yellow, and green. But no, I understand. Keep going.
That's because you're stupid.
Okay.
So I'm just going to... We've been over the positives of the game. Wild area is pretty cool when you're not online. The cities are nice and big. The accents are hilarious. You know they're there. It's like Dragon
you
Quest.
can imagine them in your head.
You can hear it. It's like Dragon Quest when they're not speaking. You know what
Wait,
they
wait,
sound
wait,
like.
what's going on here?
What's all this thing?
I forgot what Alistair says when he loses, but it's always funny to me.
Alistair loses and he says, "God fucking damn it." Rated E for everyone. You have 3 rivals. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
There's 3 of them. One's the asshole. One's the nice one. One's the other one's like, "Hey man, I just want to win."
Yeah.
Deal with it, idiots.
Don't be mean to Hop.
Be a little mean to Hop, but then stop being mean to Hop.
Be mean to Bidet. Or Beatty. Whatever the fuck his name is pronounced.
I just say Bade.
I don't know. I've always just said Bidet.
Where's the anime?
Not covering all of Galar.
Damn, that's fine. I don't want Marnie to fall in love with Ash anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what would happen.
Man, I was really hoping Bidet would be like the next Paul the anime.
Tyler, no one's gonna live up to Paul, but this isn't the anime.
I love Paul.
I'm just gonna.
Anyways.
I'm just gonna use this opportunity to vent. The national dex isn't necessary.
It's
Don't
not.
fuck with me. I'll fight you. Sit down, shut up, and just be a kid again. Also, you were never promised all the Pokemon. Shut up. I mean, even I'm a little iffy on the way they tried to explain it. With all the different reasons that were given. Just say, we didn't want to.
Just say, we don't want to put in almost 900 Pokemon because that's tough, and at some point they're going to get cut off anyways. Why not start now?
It's okay to be upset that your favorite Pokemon's not in there.
Where's Scyther? Maybe he's in the expansion.
Dead.
Bring him back, please.
Tracy is the only Scyther and is about to die. Yeah, they're bringing a lot more with the expansions. Just fucking deal with it. My favorite Pokemon didn't get in. You don't see me crying.
But maybe he might be in.
He's coming back. I already know he is. Nidoking for life, baby.
Honchkrow.
Nobody
Come
cares
on,
about Honchkrow.
Hanamiya.
I do.
Hanamiya?
Hamiyama. Hariyama.
Hariyama, Tyler. He's my favorite Pokemon.
Look, his
Fuck
name's
me if I
too
know.
close to a fucking regular Japanese name that I never know what to
I-
fucking call him.
Tired of your excuses, Tyler. You fake fan.
Maybe I am.
You one game finishing ass. But yeah, just it's Pokemon. Just be a kid again. Enjoy it for what it is. Have fun. Be the champion.
Where's Pachirisu?
Watch as Leon has the entire game lull you into a false sense of security, then proceeds to smack you.
Oh yeah, Leon
Yep.
will beat your ass. But also, I had a weirdly amount of trouble with Nessa.
You were
But-
distracted by how hot she is.
Nessa's so hot.
That's a different topic.
That's for our Nessa's High podcast. That's all we
for
talk
our,
about.
That's for our hashtag PILF.
Pilf?
I'll explain it after the show.
Okay. I don't think I'm old enough to know.
You'll be old enough by the time we're done. You're an adult, you'll be fine. Yeah. That's it. Game fun.
Pokemon. Alright. My number 2. Devil May Cry 5.
Who?
That's a fun video game. I love
Very
playing
fun.
as Nero the most because he's cool and he's got the arms.
Don't they all have arms?
Well, Nero's got some different kind of arms.
He has the
I
arm.
actually needed that explained to me because I've never played a Devil May Cry game.
Okay, so Nero has a
No, stop.
demon arm.
I don't care.
Right? Someone comes in, takes his demon arm. Now he's got robot arm.
Sure.
Given to him by a very hot, tan-skinned mechanic lady with a country accent named Nico. But it's a fun game. Love playing it. I've beaten it on every difficulty except for the last few, like Hell and Hell and Heaven and Hell and Dante Must Die, because I'm just not good enough to do that.
I feel like that's half of the difficulties.
It's about half.
Could have just
But
said I've beaten it on half the difficulties.
Hell and Hell and Heaven and Hell are gimmick difficulties, where it's like you can kill them in one hit and they'll kill you in one hit, or they just kill you in one hit.
Yeah, you're not good enough at video games for that.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna try. But I brought it up earlier. I did spend $5 to get the character's super forms that give them infinite meter and regenerating health.
Hell yeah.
Cause fuck that, earning them is way too hard.
Hell yeah.
One gripe with the game is that there's just been nothing after the game came out.
Yeah, that's. I thought that.
Like
I think they
DMC5 did so well. It sold so good. And like all we get was
Just Bloody Palace.
Bloody Palace, and I don't even like Bloody Palace. And that's it. And it's kind of a bummer because I want more from that game. I want to play more of that game.
Same.
Maybe they're waiting for people to just get grateful they got what they got.
Maybe. I'm sure Special Edition will come out at some point. You know they do.
Yeah.
What if it has less?
Oh.
They just cut out half the game.
But Dante's cool. You can now carry all of his weapons at once. And it's really overwhelming to think about.
Yeah.
But there's also, you can earn a way to carry no weapons. If you just want to go in and not hit anyone with a weapon, you can use your Royal Guard in your fists.
Yeah, baby hands.
Nero still as good as he used to be. Once you unlock certain things in the game, there's a lot to think about when it comes to playing Nero. A lot of double timing stuff you got to do. I don't know if you ever tried it, Sly, but it's crazy.
Yeah. I don't think I got too into that. I played it very casually, and I want to be able to get more into it.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go into a spoiler real quick. If you haven't beaten the game yet, just tune out for a couple seconds. I'll put a timestamp up. Just don't worry about it.
Yeah, yeah.
But once you once you unlock his Devil Trigger, Sly, there's so many things you have to time now. So he's got the extra punch on the swings that you can execute. He got X act and max act, and he's got double trigger bullets. They're also going off, so you're like slamming like 6 buttons while you're
and then
comboing.
also have the devil arm now, which is
Yeah.
so cool.
Double arm snatch. You have snatch and the wire string on different buttons. There's a lot. There's a lot going on with Nero, but he's cool, and I'm glad he's finally gotten a double trigger proper.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the end of spoilers. V's cool. Again, he's more of a hands-off character. I feel like they made his style meter way easy to get. So many times you just get triple S.
Yeah, and I'm just like, oh, okay, cool.
That's fine. He's
Doing
got
things.
a taunt where he plays a air violin,
Yeah.
and he laughs and reads his poetry because he's a fucking dingus.
Fucking nerd.
He's so goth. One thing I will say is that Dante's theme is garbage,
Yeah.
but I kind of like it.
I did get kind of. It's a little bit of a guilty pleasure for me.
Sometimes I'll hear it on my playlist while I'm at work or something, and I'll be like, oh fuck, this song's kind of a bop.
I hate it, but I love it.
It like lightly slaps.
It's like a little love tap.
Devil May Cry, good. Story's great. Closure on a bunch of stuff.
Yep.
Some things were brought up that you didn't think they would bring up.
Yep.
One thing that wasn't brought up, and because it doesn't matter, is Devil May Cry 2. None of that matters.
Yep. Who cares?
Skip that game, please.
Yeah.
I'm still surprised they sold it on the Switch by itself. That's so crazy.
Why it's the best one?
No, I'd rather play DMC with Dante.
That's the real best one.
But
I don't know.
good game, real good game. Good on Itsuno for coming back and doing it.
Yep.
I still remember watching the reveal trailer at E3 and seeing Nero with short hair and going, "Oh fuck, it's Dante. Oh no." But I'm glad that wasn't
I think I
the
remember
reality
that.
the reality we live in. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about.
What if he's DLC?
Oh, I kind of be
No.
excited for it. But
Someone did mod it in.
there's a mod where you can put Nero in a bleach shirt, and I'm all for it.
Yeah, they had the Dante mod, and the modders actually got. I believe they got the VA to go in and do lines. It was something like that.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Who was
Yeah.
his voice actor?
I don't know,
Must have been desperate for work.
but yeah, that's all I gotta say about DMC5. All right, Sly.
Is it time for our games of the year?
Games of the year.
Games
Keep
of the
it
year.
short, Sly.
Yeah, Sly. We all know what yours is.
Yeah.
We're already over 2 hours.
Yeah, this is something that if anyone knows me, they know I love the Trail series. They know that Trails of Cold Steel 3 would be my game of the year. It's a fantastic game. I was like so excited since they revealed it.
I was hoping you'd say Anthem.
January last year. I went in and pre-ordered and bought so much of the merchandise. I spent dumps like $400 into the game. I bought the physical
Jesus.
collector's edition and the digital one because the digital one had some exclusive DLC content, and then they went in and made it available later, but we didn't know at the time. And I was just like, okay, well, I want to play this game literally on the dot at midnight, but I also want this collector's edition, so I dumped so much money into this game, and still great. I'm wearing one of the t-shirts I got. I think it was the Yuna t-shirt. I don't wear it in public because I don't want people to go in and yo, who's that fucking anime girl? Why are you wearing pink?
Hey, just do it. Don't be
Don't worry,
ashamed.
Sly.
One day.
When
I might
P5
just do
came
it.
out, I also bought the collector's edition and a digital copy.
Hey, I'm not saying I did the same thing with Persona 5, but I did.
Well, I did that with Cold Steel 3, and unsurprisingly, I love the game. I think that they did a really great job with the new characters, the new cast, new Class 7. I think they had a good amount of chemistry, and I like what they did with Arena in the game. I think that the game does a good job carrying on the overarching theme of leadership in the game, and I think that putting Rean in the teacher role was a good way of going in and giving him some nice character development, be able to, so that he can, because in Cold Steel 1 and 2, he is just very confused. He doesn't know what kind of direction he wants to be taken, like a lot of other students, which is why I say that Rean is very relatable in that way, which is very different from Estelle and Lloyd, who Estelle, just kind of at the beginning knows, oh, I want to be a bracer, and Lloyd's like, I'm a detective, and Rean's like, I don't fucking know.
Same.
And Rean has matured quite a lot. There's actually, it's like I'm kind of wondering if they'll go in and do one of the some kind of prequel scenario in one of the new games to kind of show a little bit of Rean's growth in between Cold Steel 2 and 3. But there's a bit of a time skip, and he has grown up quite a lot. He is great in the teacher role. I like seeing him trying to be able to help his students be able to learn exactly what they want to do, because they were in the same position that Rean and the other old class 7 were in. But yeah, I think the characters are really well done. I think it does a great job of continuing on the overarching storyline. It contributes way more to that than Cold Steel 1 and 2 did. I still like those games, but 3 does a great job with that. It does a great job blending elements from the older arcs and stuff with the newer characters and themes. It's got a great storyline. The finale made me very angry, made me immediately say, okay, I need the next one.
Sly wakes up every morning hoping 4 gets announced.
Yeah. Sadly. I need Cold Steel 4. But, yeah, I like a lot of the characters. I like some of the cameo stuff that they have from previous games. I love how the game builds on previous games and arcs, especially with what they did with how they built on the Crossbell games. Just fantastic.
I'll play those someday.
It's an expertly written RPG. It's just so good. And the NPC interactions.
Oh!
I know it's painful, but it's just a great game. I've already got it wishlisted. I'll be buying it on Steam again. Fantastic fucking game.
I'll play it someday.
One day we'll do a podcast.
One day I'll get there.
One day Tyler will play Cold Steel.
Tyler,
maybe the Sky games.
Start on it after you get as much reminded as you can.
You're right. What about Far Cry?
I've given up on you playing Far Cry.
I got it, Zero. You gotta get that platinum.
I've given up on it. I've given up on you.
Don't, please.
You're the only one who still believes in me.
But yeah, Cold Steel, just 3, fantastic. Easily my game of the year. I think I put in a little over 90 hours.
That's it?
That's it? Come on, dog.
Jesus.
Well, I only played it.
I'm actually surprised.
What? Oh, I only played it once.
What?
Well, here's the thing. I don't like. It's such a long game that it's
What
like
a
if I played
fucking
it again,
fake
then
fan.
it's just like it would take away so much from the rest of my life. I want to give. It's like when I finish
That's
a game,
it, folks.
I just,
Take away his Trails card.
No.
He still has his Kaseki card.
Take
I
that
have,
way
like,
too.
My 8 pins.
Break into his house, Tyler. Beat his ass. Steal them all.
No.
I'll send in the guys.
I invested so much into this. You're not taking it.
You'll get it back when the Empire starts.
Trails is so good. Y'all need him. Oh wait, well, Zero's obviously played.
I've played all the Sky games and the first 2 Cold Steels.
Yeah. Well, not the epilogue in Cold Steel 2.
Hey,
but not,
I see credits. I'm fucking done.
you did.
You don't have 2 dungeons after credits. Fuck that. Stay tuned for our 5-hour Trails podcast.
Yeah. Look forward to it. I'm gonna talk a lot during it. I love this series.
I'll take
You
a
won't
nap.
know I'm here. I'll actually be replaced with a body pillow.
Not the Mia one.
No. Not yet.
Good
Alright,
series.
Sly, conclude.
No, I'm done.
You're done? Alright.
Good ass game. Play it.
Now,
Number 2, Zero.
number 2.
Number
We're on
1.
number 1. Where
Number
are
1,
you?
That's what I said.
Tyler, I need you to focus, okay? Focus.
Sorry,
Listen
Trails
to
is being talked about. I zoned out.
Listen to the sound of my voice. We're on number 1.
Number 1.
So after I do mine, you do your number 1. Anyway, surprising no one, much like Sly's choice, My choice for my game of the year is Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition,
Yeah, nice.
Oh,
because Tales of Vesperia was already a very good video game.
Mm-hmm.
And the version this one was based on came out on the PS3 in Japan only. For years and years, people begged, and then it finally happened. You probably saw memes.
yep.
No.
Well, you're stupid. You got Flynn permanently on your team after a point. You got Patty permanently on your team eventually. Man, I got a lot of thoughts about Patty. I can't fight as her. I'm bad. Why is she tiny?
She's fun, though. She's fun to play as.
She's alright. The only negative I have about the game, the only one, they did not get Troy Baker back for Yuri.
That's true.
They did not even call him.
No.
Nope.
No one does, apparently.
Call him. He loved Yuri. He'd do it. He was disappointed on Twitter that no one called him. And don't disappoint Troy Baker. Please. He deserves nice things.
Namco's mean.
Troy Baker's hot. Do it for all of us, please.
He's got his own show with Nolan North.
That's true. And they're partnered with Rooster Teeth. That's not the point. This isn't the Troy Baker podcast as much as I wish it was.
I mean, I'm sure we could have one. There's enough roles in there.
Mm-hmm.
Especially some Naruto roles.
Get out of here. But yeah, they didn't get him back. The new guy's fine, but it's just a little jarring when you hear the switch. I made a note to not talk about how hot Judith is for too long, but I'm gonna. Judith's so hot.
She's pretty hot.
She's the hottest ever,
Yeah.
and I love her so much.
Yeah, same.
Tyler would probably do very well playing as her with all the character
She's pretty
action
fun.
games.
I've been using her.
I got the platinum for Tales of Vesperia, not nearly as difficult as Tales of Berseria, let me tell you. But I had to do an extra playthrough because I missed a single enemy. And I was so upset. I did the thing Tyler does for puzzle games. I'm going to expose him a little bit here. I had a physical notebook present on my desk, just jotting down the items I needed.
Well, I had one for Bloodborne.
Tyler, be glad we haven't exposed you for other things.
Don't worry. I'll expose myself sooner or later.
But if you like JRPGs, as we do, please play Tales of Vesperia and other games in the series. Because, yeah, they're all roughly the same. Who cares? They're fun. The characters are good. Eat ass.
Once I've finished Vesperia, I'll go back to Berseria. Start a fresh new save.
You'll restart.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition, my game of the year. Outside of Honey Pop, game of the year every year.
Yeah, that's true.
But, Tyler, why don't you close us out?
All right. Surprising no one, my game of the year is Kingdom Hearts 3.
What?
Huh?
That's a good ass video game,
You
dog.
don't like that game?
I'm so entrenched in Kingdom Hearts all the time. I think about it way too much. Much like Sly, I spent an exorbitant amount of money on Kingdom Hearts 3. I bought the almost $300 collector's edition that came with 3 Bring Arts figures of Sora, Donald, and Goofy in their Toy Story toy forms. I gotta buy more. Gotta buy more stuff. I gotta buy Axel. I gotta buy Roxas. I gotta buy Riku.
I gotta buy more.
I do. I really do. I also bought a physical and digital copy so I could play it night of release. I beat it in 2 days. What an emotional journey. That game wraps up so many plot lines you wouldn't think. And it sets up some new ones, which people aren't upset about. I don't know why the fuck you thought this would be the last Kingdom Hearts game. Of course not.
All right, Tyler,
Fucking dummies.
let's leave the hostility back in Pokemon Land.
But gameplay is so good, way better than Kingdom Hearts 2, in some regards. Sure, it's not as snappy, and it's a little floaty, quote unquote. But what's the point of the floatiness if you have options to protect yourself in the air? You can use items now. You get air dash and dodge right off the bat. Don't have to unlock them like in Kingdom Hearts 2. What else? Transformations are cool. I will always use Wheel of Fate that turns into a spear and a flag because that's the best one. Why would you use anything else? But Mirage Staff is good, and so is Smile Gear and Nano Gear. They're all fine. It's a neat system. Can't wait to see the new Keyblades in action when Remind comes out. The story is good. Love seeing everyone come together. Kingdom Hearts is just so good. I've always liked Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, but who gives a fuck about the Final Fantasy characters? You know, I'm gonna say here's a hot take.
Canceled.
All right? I don't give a fuck about fighting Sephiroth. All right, he's
Big fan.
he's like not that cool looking anymore. Like he's got the big sword and the white hair, but like if you look back at Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 where you fight him, what happens after you beat him, right? Cloud comes in and he fights Sephiroth, and then they fly up in the sky and they fucking go away and you don't see them again until the next game. And that's happened twice, and I swear if I see it again, I'm gonna kill someone that's like a bug or something. They're people too. They deserve rights.
Bugs?
Yeah. Especially spiders.
No.
But and plus their story was done, right? In my eyes, their story was done. The Final Fantasy characters, you take back their lost home in 1, you restore it back to Radiant Garden in 2. What else is there to do? Nothing.
Go to a grocery store.
No one shops for groceries. You find all your ingredients on the ground.
Well, they're back now.
They're back now, and I'm happy to see what they're gonna do with them.
Nothing.
Yeah, who fucking cares? But
not you.
A lot of the people who are complaining do.
Well, fuck them, Sly.
And then they'll complain anyways.
I'm glad the DLC's coming out because it's better than getting a whole new copy of the game that I gotta buy and play through, and also wait 7 years for because it's only in Japan. And
I feel that.
The bosses are going to be fun. Wonder who all they're going to be. I hate people who talk about Verum Rex replacing Final Fantasy 15 because it's Nomura's true vision, when really Nomura just gets a little hung up on a bunch of stuff because he takes on a lot of stuff at one time. Someone had to fucking finish 15, but that's a topic for a different day.
We have a lot of those.
But Verum Rex is cool, I guess. The Ozora looks like Riku. He's probably just going to be a boss fight in the game, like a secret boss, like your Lingering Will, if not. And that'll probably be hard. Maybe
watch him just be an NPC like fucking Scrooge.
He's making the ice cream.
Skateboard for him.
But yeah, it's fun. Sora goes through a fucking journey, and the twists at the end of that game are crazy and never been more rampant to look at what everyone else is thinking about it. It's a fun game. Definitely like a 9 on 10 in my book. Even the gummy ship was good. I did all of that.
You were gonna do all of everything.
Yeah, I get the platinum for it. It's a fun game. Oh, you know what? Here's my gripe. Here's my 1 point off.
I found one.
Here it is. You ready?
Sure.
Frozen slider.
Mm.
In the Frozen world, we have to slide down the mountain and collect that. That's bullshit. I fucking hate it. It's so bad. I use the guide. Fuck that.
Fair enough.
The dancing minigame's okay. Just, if you drop a combo, you're gonna lose. Just start over.
Rage quits and hate mail.
But yeah, that's fine. Fun game. Wish there was some more to do in Land of Departure. But some theories were confirmed, some were deconfirmed. More cropped up now. Like the fucking Sleeping Realm theory is crazy wild, and I don't believe half of it because it sounds like bullshit, but who knows? Who knows? That's a good game. That's my game of the year. Can't wait for Remind, which is next week to date this episode.
Hell
And
yeah.
That's gonna be fun.
Watch it be
That's
bad.
it.
We'll have to do Kingdom Hearts podcasts.
Ooh, I have to play a couple more games.
Yeah, you would have
I
to.
have to finish DDD.
You didn't finish this line?
No, I thought. Wait, Zero, did you finish Dream Drop?
I didn't start Dream Drop.
Yeah, no.
Okay, that's what I was meaning. No, I finished Dream Drop. I hate it.
Different story for a different day.
Yep.
All right, no, that's gonna be it for us.
Good games this year. I liked
Yeah,
this.
it was
I
a
thought,
very successful year for video games.
2019 was a strong year for video games. Don't listen to
all
anyone who
those
says
people
it's
who were
not.
like, all those people were like, oh, only 2 games, 90% on Metacritic. Oh man, bad year.
2020 gonna
Yeah,
be
they're-
even better. Persona 5 Royal.
Ew.
95 too.
Oh yeah,
I'd never take so much stake in Metacritic.
yeah.
Only Rotten Tomatoes.
I'm more of an open critic guy.
Uh-huh. Yep.
I
so,
judge things on the
lots of other
Famitsu
good
scores.
Anything
Lots
you?
of other.
What are you saying, Slav?
I was just saying, there's a lot of other good ones. Maybe we'll get Cold Steel 4, but probably
No,
not.
don't get your hopes up.
Yeah.
All right.
I won't.
Any closing words? Zero?
Black Eagles for life.
Yeah. Fuck the church.
Fuck the church.
More ways than one.
Sly, any parting words?
Golden Deer, go play it.
Golden
So good.
Deer, go play it. Okay.
All right, that's gonna be it for us. If you like us enough, keep listening. Tell us how you feel.
Tell us you hate us.
That too.
Please, we're so desperate for interaction.
Look forward to. Wait, what podcast are we doing next?
Who fucking
Danganronpa
knows?
1.
Hell
Just
yeah.
one?
Yeah.
I guess that'd be easier
Well,
than doing
what-
all of them in the same one.
Yeah, we're not doing all of them in one.
'Cause that's
that would take out podcast ideas.
That's
You have to
like
stretch it out.
16 times 3 characters and fucking 36 quests. No, that's not right. 18. I doubled that by accident.
Alright, let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
Look forward to Danganronpa.
Yeah,
Danganronpa,
Bye.
let's do it.